Hello everyone, this is AmberAnkNA here. Welcome to my channel. Well, I play a variety of games and do narrations for fanfics. I'm really hoping you enjoy my content. If you do, make sure to comment below, leave a like, and subscribe with the notifications on. Right, until next time, this is AmberAnkNA. Welcome to my channel. So, hi! Hello and welcome to Secret Addendum. And this is basically one of the bonus secret reports. But set in a year where Neku is the composer. Decided. I will now be recording what I know currently the matter of the introduction of the new composer of Shibuya, and how it relates to the former composer, the state of the city. Hurrying, I was seen from outright saying the names of the two parties in question. Whether or not the one reading these already knows who I'm referring to is something out of my control. The new composer promotion follows a path much like that of the former composers. The similarities between the two that I will cover here are as follows. 1. The new and former composer's involvement in the Reaper games. 2. The matter of the new and former composer promotion from human into the higher plane. 3. How the new and former composer views of Shibuya are similar, also the key differences that separate them. The new composer is a resident of Shibuya, and much like the former composer, his involvement in the game made some waves with higher ups. Concerning the game between the former composer and his conductor, the new composer's role in that game was so significant that it changed the former's perception and the views he once held for the city. Yes, it is fair to say that the new composer might very well have been the best candidate for the role, given his involvement with Shibuya in such a large scale. Unlike the former composer, he did not share the same fascination with the game. Furthermore, an entity that separates the two is how they became composer. The new composer fell into the role by his own choice. This is unique when compared to the previous composers who have overseen Shibuya. They were chosen for the role by the higher plane. I will explain a little of how the higher planes chooses to pick for the composer. Based on what I have observed here in Shibuya, anyone, human and Reaper alike, can become a composer as long as a few certain criteria are met and please the higher plane. The individual in question must possess an extraordinary imagination and a powerful soul. There must have been a player in the Reaper's games at least once. And it must show the desire to stay inside the UG rather than return to the RG. It is important to note that, until recently, the new composer met only 2 of these criteria. He did not ever desire to return to the UZ until sometime in between the events of Sindiku's pervertation and now. Even if all the criteria are met, there remains the one final part of the process that goes into deciding new composers. 5 members of the higher plane, along with the current composer, must all come to an agreement on the choice of candidate. As a part of the higher plane is Shibuya's former producer, I was present for the promotion of every composer Siberia has seen. In total, with the new composer, Siberia has been taken over by 13 different people. The question to ask here is, will the higher plane have agreed with the choice of who the new composer is? It is my belief that while the higher plane chose to entertain the former composer's change of heart, which was brought about by the new composer, the higher plane would have decided against it. Why is it? While there could be any number of ways to explain the reasoning behind the higher plane, had their sights set on so Mizumoto was equally critical of the former composer's trains of heart. Whether or not they still hold this same ideal after my interference is unknown to me. Another question that rises with the knowledge behind the new composers and the introduction is this: how will the higher plane react? I do not believe the higher plane will do anything regarding the new composer. Some Eagles might have grievances with the former composer's willingness to give up his position and change the formula, but the fact of the matter is this: Siberia has changed, and so too have the people in it. This isn't the same city it once was 3 years ago. The new composer understands this, and despite the difficulty between the choice that he made, he recognizes it regardless. This is an act of selflessness that even the higher plane will have to recognize. The new composer has certainly felt the changes that come with alternating one's form. To elevate to a plane of existence higher than your own, and forcibly have your vibe tuned accordingly, is not a simple task to complete. No doubt he will survive the changes, but it will undoubtedly take time for him to adapt. The former composer was in a similar state back when he became the composer. The difference between that and the new composer's experiences is that because I have had limitations placed on me, I am unable to interact with the new composer, and therefore will be unable to provide assistance as I did with the former composer. This does not worry me too much, all things considered, as I am aware of his extraordinary will to survive. He will fit into the role perfectly. What will he use this newfound role as composer for? I wonder. This was much discussion amongst the higher ups after the previous composer was decided about this exact same thing. I feel like everything was the same as far as the Reaper's game was concerned. As is obvious by this point, perception of this shifted when the former composer threatened the polarization of Siberia. Ultimately, how the new composer decides to use his powers is a decision that lays with him alone. I'd be lying if I said I haven't at least partly considered anonymously asking him to call to veto the restrictions placed upon me so that I may continue my work in Siberia and interact with him again. I wonder what he would think of me if he knew what was really going on. Lastly, the new composer has a clear love for the city. This is a feeling that I suspect became stronger after his absence from the city for 3 years. The former composer was different in that, when he was still alive, he enjoyed the city, but when learning about the UZ and the Reaper's game, his feelings shifted and his focus turned on to the game. The new composer truly believes in the people of Siberia and the city, something that he grew to appreciate over time. Seeds of creativity poured on by the art I made and displayed around Siberia have no doubt contributed to the composer's growth. To claim full credit for what he has accomplished would be a brilliant lie on my end. Many factors went into changing how the composer viewed the world around him, and all of it, I believe, is present within his character. The former composer grew to learn the same respect and love for the city, and I must commend his ability to learn and grow, even after being tasked with such an important role, one that can easily lead to egoism. While I believe the new composer would not fall down the same path as the former did, authorization must be made to keep him in check. I will personally see it to it at the higher point understands the point of this, but whether or not I will be taken seriously remains to be seen. Nonetheless, as it made clear in this auditorium, I am confident in the abilities of the new composer. I understand the composer is to meet the composer of Syndictio at a certain location. What this meaning entails remains to be seen. I will be watching closely and abiding to understand more about Syndictio, its composer, and how our new composer handles herself. As far as I am concerned, Superior is in safe hands. Hi everyone. This is AmberAnkNA 2000 again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, because I really did enjoy making it. But so I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe with the notifications on down below. Till next time, bye!